Alright, it is September 2nd, and I'm out here to check some trail cams, plus it's just prime time for mushrooms. The end of August, early September, most mushrooms are coming in, and I just want to show you here. I stumbled into a fantastic patch of lobster mushrooms. And so we've got them here. They're from a white Russula mushroom, and then they get infected with another variety, and that's what turns them into the lobster. So it's technically two different types when you find lobsters, and normally you're lucky if you can find just a couple, but as I'm cruising around here, I mean, they're just popping up all over the place, and so there's more than I even need here, but I'm going to harvest some of these, get myself a couple of really nice meals out of them, and as the name suggests, they do taste and smell like seafood. So a really good mushroom, and they're pretty distinct, nothing else really looks like them. But yeah, I mean, I am just in them here. They are all over the dang place, so pretty exciting. So here's the lobster mushrooms that I harvested. Give you a little bit of idea of the size of them. And yeah, they're orange, and so you want them to be firm. If they're soft, then they're past prime. Don't take them. But yeah, they kind of contort into all kinds of funky shapes once they get infected and get the hard outer shell and color that they're named after, and then legitimately taste like seafood. So super happy about that find. And we'll see if I can find any other types. I know chicken and hen of the woods are both pretty prime right now too, so keeping my eyes peeled, but definitely excited to get lobsters. And then figured I'd just show the area that I'm in where I found these lobster mushrooms. So it's a lot of oaks. Most of them aren't huge, but they're pretty decent size, pretty good age to them, just nothing ancient. And then some leaf litter, quite a bit of small stuff. But that's what I'm walking through when I found these mushrooms. Just found another patch of lobster mushrooms here, and man, that is a lot all in one spot. They're not even hardly spread out. I'm just all over right in here. And I'm not even going to take any of these because I already took plenty, but talk about finding the right spot at the right time. They are everywhere right now. So really cool. And again, just to look at the kind of terrain I'm in. Mostly mid-size oaks and ground brush. A little bit of standing water right over there where those grasses are, but not much. But yeah, just literally tripping over lobster mushrooms. It's a problem you like to have. Just came across this skull here. When you're looking for mushrooms, you're staring at the base of trees a lot of the time. And so the nose is obviously missing off it here, but looks like a deer skull. That's a cool find. Just laying right like that next to a tree. So always keep your eye peeled when you're walking through the woods. There's always something to find, even if it's not what you're looking for. Here we got some beautiful hen of the woods, and so just want to show you the difference between this and chicken of the woods, because they have obviously a very similar name, but they're very different mushrooms. Both are edible, by the way, but you can see it's got this nice brown color to it. Looks kind of like the ruffled feathers of a hen, and blends in really well. It's growing right at the base of a tree. That's where they're always going to be, is on the ground right at the base of a tree. Alright, now here we have the chicken of the woods. As you can see, it's a completely different color. This one also gets called sulfur shelf, and then it is off the ground. It can be right at the base of a tree, but it can also grow way up high. So chicken of the woods will be off the ground, orange. Hen of the woods, on the ground, brown. So very similar names, very different mushrooms, both really good to eat. Then we have these beauties, and this, even though it looks quite a bit like a mushroom, is ghost pipe, which is a parasitic flower. So super cool find, and that's why they're white rather than green, even though they're a flower. Their roots steal nutrients from other plants. They don't photosynthesize themselves. And yeah, just super cool plant. You can actually use them to make a tincture for pain relief. But not a mushroom, parasitic flower. So cool find out in the woods when you're looking for things. So on this log now we found some puffballs, and these ones I would say are probably just past where you want to eat them. And then, funnily enough, the farther you go down the log, the more and more past that they are. And so then you get over here, and they're just totally ready, but nice to let the spores out so then more can grow at a later time. But puffball mushrooms are edible if you find them when they're white, like snow white. You can eat the small puffballs. Giant puffballs are really good, but again, you want them to be snow white when you find them. But we'll release spores, so hopefully more will grow some other time. But there's always something in the woods, so keep your eyes open at all times.